September 15, 2017. The Cassini spacecraft, after 2 decades of loyal service, made its final dive into Saturn's atmosphere, a moment many called a poetic end to a legendary mission. Scientists believed they had seen it all: the swirling hexagons of Saturn's North Pole, the icy geysers of Enceladus, the methane lakes of Titan. The images were archived, the data considered complete, the mission closed. But Cassini didn't just fall. It sent something back. Buried deep within a series of seemingly ordinary visuals was a secret that wouldn't be discovered until years later, when a powerful quantum AI scanned the final frames. What it found stunned even the most skeptical minds. This wasn't a blurry shadow, a glitch, or a sensor error. It was a structured, intelligent pattern. A message encoded not in sound or light, but in geometry, mathematics, and silence. A signal that seemed to say, "You weren't just watching Saturn. We were watching you. Stay with us." Cassini's mission was a triumph. It gave humanity our clearest views of Saturn and its moons. Thousands of high-resolution images were processed, categorized, and archived. Among them were a series of final images taken just minutes before the probe's disintegration. At the time, they were celebrated for their beauty, and nothing more. It wasn't until 2025, when a private lab applied quantum image processing to enhance faint cosmic data, that something extraordinary surfaced. Buried in Cassini's final frames were subvisual echoes, repeating geometrical distortions that didn't match any known atmospheric behavior. They weren't flaws. They weren't compression errors. They were patterns identical across different angles, frames, and timestamps. Something was there. And it had made sure we would eventually see it. The AI used to reprocess the images wasn't ordinary. It was a quantum neural network capable of scanning beyond visible light and identifying mathematical symmetries. Its original purpose was to denoise interstellar images, to make fuzzy telescope photos clearer. But with Cassini, it did something unexpected. It began detecting intentional structure, Fibonacci spirals, prime number sequences, golden ratios subtly woven into Saturn's atmosphere, like a hidden watermark. At first, researchers assumed it was an artifact of the algorithm. But the AI kept finding them. With every image, the patterns grew clearer. They formed alignment grids radiating from specific coordinates on Saturn's surface, coordinates that coincided with magnetic anomalies scientists had previously dismissed as noise. It became clear. This wasn't a software error. This was a signal. And it had been waiting for the right machine, at the right time, and the right civilization to detect it. The shapes weren't just ornamental. They were numerical codes, sequences using mathematical constants familiar to humans: pi, prime patterns, golden ratios. The arrangement suggested intentional communication, a mirror of the logic behind humanity's Voyager golden record, but reversed. This time, the message wasn't outbound. It was inbound. Even more chilling, the patterns originated from Saturn's most unstable regions, areas where Earth-based sensors had never retrieved clear data. What had appeared as natural instability was, in fact, a cloak, a kind of encryption designed not to prevent detection, but to delay understanding until the right observer arrived. And then there was the most enigmatic discovery of all. Cassini was programmed to take a burst of 12 rapid images before its signal was lost forever. Only 11 were ever decoded. The 12th frame exists, it was transmitted, intact, but remains unreadable. No tool on Earth, not even the most advanced AI, has been able to crack it. Some experts now believe this last image contains a direct representation, a symbol or structure that would make everything unambiguous. But someone, or something, doesn't want us to see it. Not yet, and perhaps not ever. As researchers cross-referenced Cassini's final patterns with Saturn's environment, a startling theory emerged. It wasn't just the planet. Its moons, Enceladus, Titan, Dione, also held alignments echoing the same ratios in the anomalous images. But here's the twist. Those ratios mirrored ancient Earth symbology, spirals, pyramid alignments, forgotten megalithic structures. Was this coincidence? Or was something using Saturn's system to reflect intelligence already present on Earth? Some now call it the Saturn Code, a system of cosmic geometry spanning deep space and human history. At the center of this code hovers Cassini's final transmission, like a riddle wrapped in fire. While most data was public, whistleblowers leaked internal communications, emails, audio logs, private lab footage. They revealed a chilling truth. Some of the AI's early outputs were classified immediately. Any frames where the geometric patterns formed recognizable symbols or shapes were withheld. In one frame, a triangular formation appeared over Saturn's southern hemisphere. In another, a sequence pulsed like Morse code. Scientists were silenced, reassigned, forced into NDAs. This was no longer a scientific puzzle. It had become a matter of control, deciding when humanity is ready for the truth. The global community is divided. Some insist the patterns are natural phenomena, amplified by quantum processing, our brains interpreting randomness. Others, cryptographers, mathematicians, data scientists, argue that no natural process could consistently generate ratios so precise across multiple frames and perspectives. The signal doesn't just repeat. It evolves. It reacts. The missing 12th frame, now nicknamed the Eye, acts as a final gatekeeper, a message to be understood only when humanity is ready. But who, or what, set that threshold? Independent researchers around the world are racing to decode it. Some claim glimpses of alien architecture or symbols. Others note that the file checksum doesn't match typical error codes, suggesting intentional obfuscation. Some even speculate the key isn't a code at all. It's an event, a celestial alignment, a spike in solar radiation, or a human-level discovery that triggers understanding. Until then, the world waits. But the countdown has begun. Cassini's final gift may be far more than a photo. It may be a door. Cassini wasn't just a machine. It was a witness, a voyager silently observing the unknown, carrying no weapons, no flags, only curiosity. We thought we were the explorers. Perhaps we were the observed. Its final images, the encrypted patterns, and the missing 12th frame were not accidents. They were markers, signs left on the trail by something ancient, intelligent, and infinitely patient. And now, after all these years, the echoes of its last breath are finally being understood, not just by humans, but by machines capable of thinking beyond us. Maybe we were never the explorers. Maybe we were the observed. One final image locked, waiting. A cosmic time capsule, engineered not for the moment it was captured, but for the moment we are ready. If you've made it this far, you're not just a viewer. You're part of the awakening. Share this video before the eye is finally cracked. Subscribe, because this is only the beginning. And comment below, what do you think Cassini was meant to show us? Who placed the message there? The silence of space has been broken. Now it's up to us to decide what to do with the truth.